Okay, so right now we're doing a little 79 KZ650. It's kind of a rat bike. One of the guys that works here had this thing kicking around, so we figured we'd rip it down, make it look like something. The thing runs great already. We are doing a front brake on it. Just trying to find a rotor. Let me see here. So it had a little, it has a hardtail already, but this thing had a little trailer fender on the back. There it is there, and a little Sportster tank. So I'm trying to do this bike with pretty much just parts I have laying around the shop from old bikes and, you know, whatever. I'm going to do the powder coat. We're not going to paint this. We're going to powder coat the tank and the fenders. And I have this old vintage fender we're going to put on the front. And then we're going to make a new seat for it, obviously. And I have a cool bobber fender that I had. So we're going to put that on the back. And unless I can find the other matching fender like the front one, we might do that too, but I don't know yet. Anyway, so the idea with this is super quick. We'll see if that works, man. Here we go.
One neighbor owes us beer, another neighbor owes us money. Grabbed it off or what?
Yep, made a little extra room there. No, I just hammered it in and then smoothed it out. Now we got extra.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Pretty good. $20-ton hydraulic bender. Pneumatic hydraulic. Awesome. Okay, the new struts have been welded, sandblasted. Now we're just going to clean them, and these are getting powder coated black. So we're prepping the front and rear fenders for powder coat. So I need to sandblast them, clean them really good. And for the powder coat on these, it's called Mayan. It's a gold black. So it flip-flops from black to gold in the sunlight kind of thing. It has a little bit of a green tint to it as well. So it kind of looks like this. In the bag, it's like this weird gold, kind of weird. So getting all these fenders ready. And we should be shooting the powder coat shortly. Let's see what it looks like anyway. So I just sandblasted all the parts, and now I need to hang them all up for powder, clean them pretty good with like alcohol and stuff. So fender parts, fender struts, the front fender and the rear fender. I actually did the gas tank already, and I didn't show you because I didn't turn the camera on, but we changed the gas tank with basically it's a Cole Foster style gas tank. I will show you as soon as we're done the powder on the fenders. So I got to clean all this stuff, get it ready for powder, get all the dirt off. I'm going to warm them up a little bit because they're freezing. So I'll stick them in the oven for a few minutes first, and then anyway, so biggest problem with powder coat is the prep work. Everything else takes no time, but cleaning all the crap off, almost impossible. Okay, I'm about to shoot the powder. This is a gold black color, so it's a two-stage thing. I have to do the gold black first, bake it, and then do a clear coat over top, which is also powder coat. So I'm gonna start spraying it. It looks weird when you spray it. It looks totally different once it melts, so let's try it. Okay, check this out. It looks really weird, but hold on a second. So this is what it looks like before it goes in the oven. It's really hard to see here, but there's a lot of metal flake in gold. It'll look totally different as soon as we take it out of the oven after it bakes for a while. So let's get it in there and see what happens here. So the powder coat is in the oven, and it's gonna take half an hour or so. So I'm working on a seat pan for this bike. I need to bend this a bit more and whatever, but weld some studs to it and things like that. But I gotta make sure it's straight. It looks like it got a little tweaked on the first bend, so we'll be doing a solo seat, obviously, with springs or something holding it up, whatever I got here. Yeah, so I found this really cool stoplight that I had kicking around here, and then we had a few of these left over from before, so we're going to do a little side mount license plate. Anyway, should be cool. So next up, I'm going to do the seat and finish the powder. Clear powder's next. Let me tweak the bends here a little bit. Gotta squish this thing flat again. Got a little tweaked. I don't know who did that. It wasn't me. Oh yeah. Just a little bit. Cool. So this is the general idea for the seat pan. There was a little flat one on it. It kind of looked like crap, so we're gonna make a new one. I put the little mount on the front to test it out here. So it's gonna hook into the thing we already have. I found these little springs that we had kicking around, so we might use these little solo seat springs, right? Or a regular kind of spring, but well, I don't know, these might work pretty well, and they're brand new, and I probably had them for 5 years or so. Anyway, so something like that. The first coat, the gold black, is done. So let's check this out, and I still got to do the clear coat on top of this, but let's see what it looks like. Yeah, it looks totally different, doesn't it? We'll get some good shots in the light, obviously. It doesn't look the same in the dark here, but let me get my focus. So anyway, next up is the clear powder coat, and then well, should be done shortly, I guess. There we go. I just pulled the parts out of the oven after the clear powder coat went on. Check this out. We'll put this in the sun soon and show you what it looks like in the sun, but it's totally different than the way it looked before. This is the tank I did. So it's a Cole Foster style tank. So I welded on some mounts, did the powder coat, 2 layers, base and clear, the front fender. So I need to reassemble that now with these, you know, brackets and stuff. Time to reassemble this thing and see what it looks like, yeah? So now I need to weld some studs on the bottom of the seat pan so we can actually mount this thing. Oh, I got a couple here. So they're gonna end up sticking out this way, and just weld them in like this on the back side. All the way around. We got 2 in the back and 2 in the front. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll take the nuts off now and finish welding. These are just there to hold it where I wanted it to end, so we don't have a whole lot of bolts sticking up into the seat foam. It's all drilled now, right?
Yep, it's ready for some fun.
Time to push it outside and clean it. all nice and cleaned up now. Looking good. Gotta take it in and dry it off and polish up all the little parts. So the front forks don't have any fender mounts on them, so I need to make 2 aluminum fender mounts and weld them to the inside of the fork tubes. So I got some scrap aluminum, pretty thick. We're gonna tap it, do a couple of nice little rectangles and weld them on the inside of the fork legs. I need to sandblast those forks because they're nasty. Okay, I've sandblasted both fork legs. I'm going to weld the aluminum threaded things that we made onto the fork tube. So be careful if you're going to do this with the forks together. I pulled the plug here because we're going to build up a lot of pressure really fast and we don't want a pipe bomb going off here. So obviously open the cap or take out the plug or something. Oh, welding aluminum is always fun, right? It's stone cold too, and I didn't have time to heat it up, so let's do that. A little aluminum bead, do one on each side. Okay, we got the light on, fenders on. Up next is the tank. I'm gonna cut a couple of graphics from vinyl for the gas tank, just because it's all one color and I want to break it up a little bit. They're vinyl, so you know if someone doesn't like them, they can peel them off. But it kind of has a military look to it, so I'm gonna do some military style stars. Anyway, so I'm gonna put them on the plotter and cut out some vinyl. All right, here we go. I think it worked anyway. Let's see. If we cut these out. Alright, so I got them off. Now, I'm gonna add the transfer paper, the whatever you call this crap, whatever. Okay, so at this point the bike is pretty much done. I need to tighten up a brake hose and let's see, put some gas in it, put some new oil in it now that we drained all the oil out. And let's get this thing finished. I guess we'll see if it starts, yeah? Good. Here, I put some gas in this thing and let's see if it starts. Don't spill it! Brand new tank and the first gas ever. Hope it ain't leaking.
So far, so good?
Yep, so far.
Back on?
Not yet.
Not yet.
So it's not leaking around here at least, so that's good.
Fittings are good?
Yep. This is the new one I got yesterday, so should be okay. I hope so. Alright, we got to adjust that, but it starts. Let me fire it up again for a second. I don't know what's that. I had a choke on that. I didn't realize that's the choke on. Fire it up. Yeah, I'm going to choke on. Okay, well that's pretty much it on this one. Paul took it around the block a bunch of times. We got it all synced now. Ended up one of the carb boots had a rip in it, so we changed that really quick. We were having a problem syncing the carbs because that number 4 carb was leaking vacuum, but it's all fixed up now, and it works great. So another one in the books. This is going to Vintage Bike Night tonight, so we'll try to get some pictures on our Facebook and our Instagram pages. Links are below if you don't already know what they are.